Davis, and you're watching 2K TV.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And
I miss you too,
and I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here too.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Yeah, me too. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Utah Jazz in Salt Lake City. And for Utah, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. After a brisk off-season, it's finally upon us, fellas.
What's that?
Opening night.
Oh, tonight's opening night?
Hey,
oh, those are pre.
Oh, say does that star-spangled.
Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. It's East versus West here in Salt Lake City. The Jazz hope to put on a show for this home crowd. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They like to change that now.
And there were a few teams that gave them trouble last year, but this team was one that you wouldn't have expected.
As a player, when you're looking at your team and how you're playing in these early stages of the season, what are some of the things you're looking for? What are some of the compass signs you've got to read here?
Well, you're hoping to see tendency. You're hoping to see the culture, which means that your guys are getting to the gym early, that they're practicing, that what you tell them to shoot around, they're paying attention to during the game, that it follows through. A lot of it is more than X's and O's. It's about that culture, that winning culture, where you're doing all the little things. So you want to make sure that everyone is all dialed in, that they're sacrificing, that the team is the most important thing to them in the season. And you can tell that every day by how they practice, their routines, and then their effort on the court.
So sometimes early on it's more than just the wins and losses. That can be a little deceiving?
Yeah, definitely. The wins and losses are deceiving. Throw those out the window, because if you're building wins on bad habits, if you're building that castle on sand, so to speak, you're going to get knocked down when you get to play against a really good player. You're just kind of building up extra confidence, thinking of yourself more than you ought to. I had a great coach always tell me that if you worry about the process, the wins and losses will come. If you worry about the wins and losses, you totally lose control of the process, and all heck can break loose.
I like that. Well said. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Bulls, Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. And it's Holiday in at the 3 slot. And here are the Bulls now, following the three-pointer by Utah. 6 to shoot. From 11 feet away, Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And Utah has possession. Johnson kicks to Rubio. Here's Hood. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
Mirotić dishes to Dunn. Mirotić passes to Dunn. In the corner, it's Levine. And again, no good by Chicago.
Not getting anything to fall here early. 4 straight misses to start the game.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Dunn kicks to Mirotić. Levine dishes to Dunn. Mirotic, a screen on Johnson. Back to Levine. Shoots from 12. And there's Dunn on the assist by Levine.
What about the concentration of Dunn nailing the shot right in the D's face?
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said that interior presence is #1 on their list defensively. Told me that they have to make it difficult inside and close out the passing lanes to prevent easy looks in the paint. We'll see if that works for him, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Levine, he gets that one. And it's all knotted up.
Hey, look, he's not an easy man to defend. He'll get his points one way or another.
Johnson down low, covered by Mirotic. They get it back. Chalk up 2 there. Gobert's got his first 2 points.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
And here is Ingles, following the 3 from Nikola Mirotic. And it's Johnson penetrating. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Ooh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Kick out to Levine. And the Bulls, another 3.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Now here's Johnson. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Johnson's got his second bucket tonight. Out to the right wing. Now Levine. Back to Holiday. In the corner, it's Levine. Fires the 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. And stolen by Mirotic. Here's Holiday. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Feeds to Dunn. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Passes it to Levine. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Ingles, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That is his first foul of the game. Jazz have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
The Jazz have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. The first one falls. And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding wars. That creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. Markkanen comes in for Mirotic.
And really, Dunn is sensational at reading the defense off of screens. Knows exactly where to be after the pick is set.
Now, here's Rubio. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Goes up on the wing. Johnson can't hit. The Bulls have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Markkanen sets the pick for Dunn. Down low. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist from Dunn.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Rubio, the pass to Gobert. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
Dunn. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Hood against Holiday. Ingles with the screen for Hood. Just 5 on the clock. The step back jumper is good. Hood's got 5 points so far.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Punch, counter punch. Neither club's been able to sustain an advantage.
Deflects the pass. Stolen by Rubio. Holiday against Hood. Count it. And it's a 4-point Jazz lead.
Did anybody see any defensive presence on that play? I mean, he's not going to blow that layup. It was wide open.
Over to the left wing. Here's Holiday. The pass to Portis. Shot from 12. That one goes. Count it. Here's Rubio. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Well, so many teams rely on the pick and roll and run it with big men. Chris, which big man do you feel does a great job of running the pick and roll right now?
Well, I think you have to go up there to Lob City and you have to look at Blake Griffin, the way that he can handle, stop and pop, knock the shot down. But also, if you go for a pump fake, you will get dunked on with him flying down that lane. Anthony Davis, the fact that Davis can step back, hit that jump shot, but also attack the basket. He's another one that can do it. And then Tristan Thompson, when he has it rolling and he gets that ball from the middle off of LeBron pick and roll, he's great at finding the shooters, Kevin Love or another shooter in the corner, but also he'll dunk on you with the best of them. So those three guys come to mind when they talk about finishing strong on the pick and roll.
Utah leading. Exum with it. He dishes it to Jerebko. Kicks it to Exum. And it's Jerebko, top of the key. Expanding his range. A nice shot by Exum. Bulls trail by 5. Pass to Zipser. Outside, Levine. There's a good screen. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Derek Favors. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
Here's Mitchell. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Favors with the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Exum's shot is off.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Grant kicks to Markkanen. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Burks with the steal. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter of the game. And it's Exum in the corner. Favors with the screen. Lobs it up for Favors. Leaps for it. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Fires the 3. Here's Markkanen. Another shot. Kick out to Levine. Portis, the pass to Levine. Here's Markkanen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. They get Derek Favors.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
The Bulls have been very active in revamping this roster. A lot of trades and player movement. They were worried of becoming a treadmill team.
Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. With some lackluster finishes to their season the last couple years, that worry of finishing poorly isn't going away for Bulls fans. But luckily, the Bulls have a history, Chris, of shaking things up.
It's never easy to make that choice. The front office has been proactive in shaking things up. Not easy, but they're committed to change right now.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Grant kicks to Portis. Outside, Levine. There's the screen. It's good. This game is all even. Levine's got 9.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Utah out in front, up 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
Oh, goodness. Wow.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Kick out to Levine. Out to the right wing. Deflects the pass. In transition, here come the Jazz. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
And that's what you have to do. Stay in the moment. Keep grinding.
Outside, Levine. To the wing right side. Markkanen in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Grant the pass to Portis. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Utah leading by 5. Mitchell dishes to Gobert. He kicks it to Mitchell. Gobert, the screen. Here's Jerebko, and that comes off the assist by Exum.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Bulls trail by 8. Grant kicks to Portis. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Up top, Gobert. The dish to Exum. Back to Gobert. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you look back early in his career, Rudy Gobert, he kind of clogged things up just as much at the offensive end as he did defensively. And I tell you what, though, he's made significant strides, becoming much less of a liability on offense.
So for the Bulls, Lopez, he's checked in for Markkanen, and Mirotic subbed in for Levine. And Gobert last season with career highs in field goal percentage and free throw percentage.
And he averaged double figures for the first time in his career. If you ask me, he'll be a walking double-double in this league for a long time.
Jazz passing it around. Gobert with a screen on Grant. Off the screen. Gobert the pass to Mitchell. Exum dishes to Gobert. Jerebko kicks to Gobert. Pass to Exum. Second chance shot. Nice hit again. Picked him clean. Here's Zipser. Burks covering. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Utah.
And guys, it was just announced last season that the Jazz had transferred the team's ownership to a legacy trust intended to keep the team in Utah for generations to come. Apparently, the move is a first of its kind in major North American pro sports.
Greg, you look at the Jazz, that legacy trust means that all profits are reinvested right back into the team.
I mean, a tremendous move, recognizing that the team belongs to Utah and the people of Salt Lake City. This is truly a community asset.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Lopez, a screen on Rubio. Dunn passes to Lopez. Gobert with the block. Here's Burks. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rodney Hood's checked in for Alec Burks. Bulls trail by 9. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Zipser kicks to Mirotic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Mirotic has got his second basket of the night.
Look at Mirotic's touch inside. Mirotic understands how to score deep in the paint.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ingles. Gobert dishes to Rubio. He feeds it to Johnson. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Dunn with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Dunn passes to Zipser. Lopez a screen. Wide open look. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Zipser. The Jazz have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Ingles kicks to Gobert. They set the pick. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. Utah shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. And the technical free throw is good.
And Ricky Rubio, known mostly for his ability to pass it and create opportunities for teammates, but I think he's an underrated defender at that point guard spot, and maybe doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively.
Derek Favors checked in for Gobert. Hood gets the bucket.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And Greg, for Rubio, his defense is something that isn't talked about, but is certainly present all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's smart, fast, he moves his feet well, and has terrific anticipation with his hands. Great playing both on and off the ball, and just aware of his spacing and a player's tendencies. Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year. And Utah adding another terrific defender this summer, trading for point guard Ricky Rubio. Rubio on a bargain contract the next 2 years. A nice move by the Jazz's front office.
Here's Mirotic. Mirotic the screen. Zipser the pass to Mirotic. And nothing is falling for him right now. Jazz leading by 14.
And another thing with Rubio, the Jazz love to score with the pass.
few better playmakers in the league than Double R. Some might harp on his shooting, but he's a quality starting point guard.
He had 1 3-pointer in the first, but still searching for that second.
Hood kicks to Favors, and Derek Favors with the slam.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Chicago calls timeout. Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? Both, you know, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you know, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. You know, just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help. And I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so, to me, the veteran presence is everything. You know, Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, you know, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. Johnson inside. Mirotic is there. The layup off target. Here's Holiday. That one a little long.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own. I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. 6 on the shot clock. Favors sets the pick for Ingles. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Ingles has got 5 points so far.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Chicago calls timeout. And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
So tough to play against that team. Jordan, arguably the best player that's ever, you know, laced them up. And Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards. And then you had guys in a system that was, you know, just really too much. You know, it's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, you know, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing eras that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
So for the Bulls, Markkanen comes in for Mirotic, and it's Valentine in for Paul Zipser. Dunn kicks to Lopez. Markkanen in the corner. Back to Lopez, and stolen by Favors. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz leading by 21. Rubio outside. Over to the wing. Favors can't get it to go. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Bulls.
And a shot they haven't been looking for very much is that corner 3. And when they have, these been quick to kind of close out and deny it, and they've had to get their points from elsewhere.
And the Utah Jazz back in 2014, the worst defensive team in the league by points per possession. Greg, it's been a dramatic turnaround.
One of the premier defensive teams now in our league in terms of their imposing paint presence. Not a team that gambles for steals or deflections. They keep you in front and force you to play over the top.
Back to Rubio. Favors with the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Another miss by Utah. Bulls trail by 19. The 11-footer. The kick out to Holiday. Lopez a screen on Ingles. Valentine dishes to Holiday. Now here's Dunn, covered by Rubio. Here's Lopez. Derek Favors with the rebound. Utah leading by 19. Hood kicks to Rubio. Outside Favors. Hood for 3. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hood.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Rubio. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 11 points a game, 9 assists and 4 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. He's a tremendous asset to this team coming off the bench.
And Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
Rubio outside. On the mark with the 15-footer. Rubio's got 6.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this second quarter.
Lopez a screen. Dunn passes to Lopez. And he gets the bucket.
Well, there's no quitting Lopez, even when he's getting hammered. He finishes with this soft touch.
Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and Greg get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Exum kicks to Favors. There's the feed to Exum. Burks dishes to Favors. Favors sets the pick for Exum. A floater. Second shot opportunity. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Jazz have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And he makes the first. That one is no good. Grant outside. Lopez inside, misses from short range. And so it's Utah, out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports
and welcome to halftime. Hey, what a fantastic time of the year. NBA season getting underway. Hey,
I'm excited. I am really excited. I am really, really excited, honey.
There was no stopping Rodney Hood in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. And Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, first of all, As cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Without question, Rodney Hood displaying his skills today.
Yeah, the kind of leadership he provides, the pinpoint passing, we saw it all there on display in that first half.
Well, as a finisher, you're expected to play in that kind of environment because you know you could get the ball at any time.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. We've got Rodney Hood. Joe Ingles is out there with Ricky Rubio. Then it's Johnson, and it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder.
Look at that fast release of Mirotic. Just remarkable as a big fella. As soon as the ball arrives, he's prepared to let it go.
Rubio outside. Gobert down low. Lopez covering. Rubio with a wide open look. Here's Gobert, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Gobert's got 7 points.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Holiday against Hood. Holiday goes in, and Holiday throws it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Well, also a miscommunication on defense. No one rotates over. See ya.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's the screen. And Rubio kicks to Ingles. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. On defense, Chicago. They trail by 14. Gobert, the screen. From outside the arc, Joe Ingles, and that's good. He's got 8.
Well, when the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg, they wanted him to revamp the offense. Hasn't exactly gone to plan as the Bulls have struggled on the offense under Hoiberg. However, the team has stayed competitive.
Dunn passes to LaVine. Lopez a screen. Shot off the screen. Off the left rim and out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Lopez with the steal.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
And Mirotic throws it down.
Mirotic is so smart at running the floor. Whether he's driving all the way or spotting up, he's a threat to score.
Utah leading by 15. And with Hoiberg, he came in wanting to play a more perimeter shooting and up-tempo type of basketball. But the personnel, Chris, just hasn't been a good match.
And part of it is the front office getting players who can't really hurt you from deep. But Hoiberg's responsibility is to make the most of the talent on the roster. It hasn't been an easy path for him with this team's talent.
Six to shoot. Here's Johnson.
But look, the reach of Mirotic, so effective, especially on defense. He does a great job at altering shots.
Bulls moving the ball around. Joe Johnson on the wing, covered by Mirotic. Johnson dishes to Ingles. And Gobert kicks to Rubio. Back to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. Johnson against Mirotic, looking to get back on track here, and it's sent back by Lopez. And Levine, here we go. Dishes it to Mirotic, back to Levine. Outside Holiday. Lopez, a screen on Ingles. Here's Levine. Another one falls for Chicago.
Now, this is exactly the start they wanted to this half. They've only missed one shot, 5 of 10.
Mirotic against Johnson. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Johnson's got 12 in the game.
And that jumper of Johnson is pure. I mean, doesn't pay the defense any mind, even when they're right up on it.
Chicago calls timeout. And, Chris, it's a players' league. And yet the officials, of course, have an impact on games. I'm thinking of a certain Game 6 back in 2002. In your opinion, how does the league ensure greater consistency with the officiating of games?
Well, I promised myself, Kevin, thanks for bringing up 2002, that I would never think about that aloud. You know, I'm going to have to go lay on somebody's couch after we do this game right here. But I think the league just has to be transparent. They have to let fans know when the ref has messed up. We're all human, so I think it comes into play when you aren't transparent, when you aren't honest with your fans, because we have the smartest fans of any sport, I believe. And so I think transparency is good, but human error is always going to be in there as long as it doesn't go back to the type of human error we saw in 2002.
But, Chris, I do sense that is a goal of theirs, and bit by bit they're getting toward that goal.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I believe that our league has done some great jobs when it comes to advancing referees and how the game is officiated. When you look at, not only do we have the referee center back in New York, where the referees now can go and get help, and the game is faster, and also, you know, we have 3 refs on the floor, and so and we have the best conditioned refs, and so I think the game is just going to be better because we have passionate refs, we have passionate officials, and passionate players, and we're going to work together to make sure that this game is the best for every fan to be presented to, and also that every player has a chance to win a championship and don't have their heart broken.
And so Mirotic nails both of them.
Now, Mirotic, he has a skill set perfectly tailored for today's game. A big man who can shoot. It's exciting to watch him evolve.
Here's Johnson. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Lopez a screen. Right wing. Launches a 3. Mirotic's shot is off. Utah leading by 13. Rubio outside. Feeds it to Johnson. Good. Kicks to Gobert. Johnson the screen. Nice shot by Gobert.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Here's Dunn. Passes it to Zipser. He dishes it to Mirotic. To the inside, Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
At 7 feet tall, Lopez makes dunking look easy. Once he's close to the bucket, forget about it.
Utah calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
Utah ends up going with the new group. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Johnson.
The saying is live by the three and die by the three, and they are living quite comfortably, I might add, out there. You almost expect every chance they hoist up to find its way through the netting. Right now, they are opening up a lot of chances inside as the defense has to respect them when they step up to the line from deep.
They set the pick. Here's Mitchell, and that comes off the assist by Exum. Mitchell's got 5 now.
Oh, just a brick wall of a screen. Knocks the defender out of the play.
For 3, Levine. The rebound by the Jazz.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Looking at some numbers for Dunn. Some last season stats for him. Last season, put up about 3 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And he continues to hone his game. I think the potential is there.
Oh, yeah, you can see the potential, but it's raw. He needs to keep refining that skill set.
That free throw, no good. Some changes for Chicago. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Markkanen comes in for Mirotic. And it's Jaren Grant in for Chris Dunn. And he's good on the second. And something we see now in the modern NBA, Chris, is that players will try and recruit other players in free agency, sometimes almost leading up to free agency. How often do you think that happens now, and how is that, say, different from when you played?
It's a lot different from when I played. I think guys wanted to play together, but we did not recruit or try to play together with each other because of the way that the rules were in collective bargaining and because of the way the game was at that time. At that time, even if you had a friend that was your very close friend off the court, you wanted to beat him for bragging rights on the court. Back then, it was more of, can my team beat your team? Not can we play together. I tell you what, with friends that I had in the league at that time, that would have been pretty cool to play with some of my friends that I think were great players. But I just think it's just been a line in the sand. It's just changed. I think a lot of it's changed because we're playing basketball at younger ages. Guys are playing and traveling the country and know each other from ages 10, 11, and 12. So they have honest, genuine friendships and really want to play together. And so I don't really think it's a problem. But it's interesting watching these super teams and how all of this is developing. It definitely didn't happen in my day, and I'm just now, I won't say getting used to it, but I'm just now recognizing that, man, it's okay to play with your friends, I guess.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Exum passes to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. Exum kicks to Favors. The pass to Burks. There's the dish to Exum. Shot clock at 5. Fires from 18. That one off the back iron and out. Bulls trail by 17. Grant the pass to Markkanen. That one no good. Jazz have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Kicks it to Mitchell. Pass to Favors. He feeds it to Mitchell. Favors with a screen on Levine. Here's Jerebko. Another miss by Utah.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Grant kicks to Zipser. Back to Grant. Here's Levine. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
And Favors kicks to Exum. Sinks the triple. Exum's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Pass to Markkanen. Outside Levine. Here's Zipser. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Number 1, the Bulls.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Paul Zipser.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependable.
To the wing right side. Grant kicks to Holiday. On the wing, Levine. 14 points for him. Passes it to Portis. Over Favors. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Portis has got 6. Utah leading by 18. Exum dishes to Jerebko. Burks kicks to Jerebko. They set the screen. Favors passes to Exum. Here's Mitchell, and that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got his 4th assist in this one.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Incredible touch from deep. As a defender, you cannot afford to relax on this guy.
Utah's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Exum with it. Now defended by Grant. Mitchell kicks to Favors. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Favors got his 2nd bucket of the night. Grant outside. Right side, Levine. Markkanen sets the pick for Levine. He got it up. Off the mark. And so it's Utah taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Utah leading by 19 points. On the court for the Bulls, getting this 4th quarter started. Dunn and Levine, their backcourt. Markkanen is out there with Portis, and it's Holiday in at the 3 spot. Dunn dishes to Levine. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Shooting for Chicago. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Good on both. Now, here's Rubio. He kicks it to Jerebko. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Mitchell. They set the pick. Favors with the screen. Here's Jerebko. And it's off from 3-point range. Bulls trail by 17. Markkanen kicks to Dunn. Levine, good. Levine's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, it's been a steady game for him, but he hasn't done enough to keep them from falling behind.
The feed now to Jerebko. Dishes to Rubio. And it's Jerebko, top of the key. Shot clock at 6. Here's Favors. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Levine passes to Holiday. Markkanen with it. He's guarded by Favors. Shoots from 12. Markkanen can't get it to go. Utah leading by 15. Here's Mitchell. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Holiday has it in the corner. Outside, Levine. Down low. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
A different look for Utah. Gobert, he's checked in for Favors. Johnson comes in for Urebko. Rodney Hood subbed in for Burks. And the Bulls making a change also. Lopez is checked in. Free throw drops for Mitchell. Chris, you look at the way the game is played now. We have seen some retired players say it is soft.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is soft when you look through their lens. That's true. But that's the way that the game is today. And so if you're a fan just coming to the game now, or, you know, if this is the game you love, you accept it and you keep moving on. As long as the fans love it, as long as the players are having fun with it. But definitely, compared to the 80s, to the 90s, there's no doubt about it that the game is soft as far as physical play, but at the same time, look what it's produced. It has allowed players to show the beauty of an offensive jump shot, of an offensive move, and also made defenders get that much better because you have to move laterally and can't use your hands to guard.
And Utah making a change here. Ingles is checked in.
Come on, shoot!
Rubio outside. Feeds to Gobert. That one, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Now the pass to Portis. It's tipped. It's stolen by Ingles. Goes up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
Portis fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
You could never have enough offense in the low post.
And the free throw, no good. Utah leading by 19 points. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Bulls on D. And here's Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. Ingles dishes to Johnson. And Gobert kicks to Johnson. Second shot opportunity, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And the versatility Johnson offers, it can't be forgotten. I mean, this is a guy that can play 3 to 4 positions, a lights-out shooter who also has that clutch gene.
And we've seen a few players come into the NBA through different paths, either playing overseas for a year or spending time in the D-League, now known as the G-League. Chris, do you think that these alternative paths to the NBA will ever be as common as the standard collegiate path to the NBA?
Well, I think it can be, only because there's such an international presence in the game, and that now you're starting to find players all over. And the great thing about the NBA is it doesn't matter where you come from. It just matters what type of skill set that you have. So I can see it being other paths to the NBA, but the NCAA is always going to be one, in the fact that guys want to play for their state teams, and that's always going to be fun to watch. But thank God for basketball fans and athletes, there's a lot of paths to the NBA, which is the ultimate if you want to play basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Now Rubio. Ingles kicks to Gobert. Johnson the screen. Rubio outside. Shot clock at 5. Overdone. They get the rebound. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 17 rebounds. The Bulls have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Here's Holiday. The 15-footer. Good. Rubio with it. The Jazz on offense. They're on a 13-5 run. Gobert the screen. Rubio the pass to Gobert. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And that's 13 points for Rudy Gobert. Now here's Dunn. Defense right on him. Mirotic against Johnson. Holiday, a screen on Johnson. Back to Holiday, and stolen by Hood. And now Utah, fast break. Johnson left side, shoots over Mirotic.
Well, Lopez is out there to set the tone defensively. I mean, he's a wildly strong defender who sends shots back with authority.
There's the dish to Mirotic. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. And Gobert kicks to Ingles. Ingles with the screen for Hood. Down low. Here's Johnson, 5 to shoot. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Here's Dunn. Chris, bench celebrations can be seen as showing up the other team. Is there a balance in your mind of how players can celebrate without maybe rubbing it in the other team's face?
I mean, this isn't baseball. You know, if basketball was baseball, if we hit a home run, then we could trot, turn around, spin. We don't, you know, you can have respect for your players by how hard you play against them, by preparing for them, by, you know, not playing dirty. But basketball, no. No, the culture is in the parks. The culture is with guys that play, and the bench should have as much fun. I love watching the benches go crazy. Think of how hard those guys on the bench work all season long and may never get in. What's wrong with being hyped for your teammates? No, I don't think it should be turned. I love it. Actually, I think some of these benches need to turn it up even more. Hopefully, we get a better show on the bench.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Rudy Gobert.
On the offensive boards, he has been a force. Offensive rebounding is all about pursuing the basketball, and he has not stopped that pursuit all night. The second chances he's created have been a big factor.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up, and that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. Jerebko comes in for Johnson. Mitchell, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Here's Mitchell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Jaren Grant.
At the line for your Jazz, Donovan Mitchell. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
Wow, he didn't really make a concerted effort in the first to get some free throws, but now all that has changed. Much more active.
And Mitchell drops them both. Chris, we've seen video review get introduced into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing. And you don't want to make the game slower by going to the officiating video every single time. Right now, I don't think you should do it on charges and blocks, which is probably one of the most controversial calls in the game. I think where we have it now is good because it gives a balance. And right now, we do not need the game to lengthen in any way, if anything, shorten. And I think adding anything more to refereeing and videos, I think would just make the game last longer.
Favors can't get it to go. The Bulls shooting around 40% from the floor here. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Shooting for Utah, Joe Ingles. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw missing. And we know this league is enjoying great success. The Players Union going into last season created a program, Chris, to fund health insurance for all retired players with 3 or more years of service.
Well, I'm proud of our Players Union. I hope that other sports take lead. You know, you take care of those that come before you. That's one thing in the NBA we always know and the players will always respect. That's why it was a unanimous vote by the Players Association. It definitely was a proud moment. I'm proud of my NBA brothers.
And the first one at the line is good. Burks, he's checked in for the Jazz. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. He dishes it to Exum, kicks it to Urebko. Nice ball movement by Utah. To the paint. Favors can't get it to go.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
Grant the pass to Nwaba. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Hits the moving target with the lead pass. He made it look so easy.
Exum kicks to Mitchell. Favors with the screen. Now here's Exum. He's covered by Grant. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Jazz.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Rudy Gobert.
He showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Grant the pass to Felicio. Buries it down low.
No, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
1:12 left in the fourth quarter. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Mitchell kicks to Urebko to the middle. Lock at 6. Favors can't get it to go.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Pass to Nwaba. Here's Felicio. Here's Nwaba, and it's Grant in the corner. Here's Felicio. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Favors. And so it's Utah here with the ball. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Inside, layup off the pick. Misses the layup.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possessed.
Grant, that's good.
Now look at that. That's just a great all-around play. Getting into position for the offensive rebound, finishing strong on the putback.
Now, here's Exum. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.